a proposal would ban the sale of animals from puppy mills. If you feel like Pennsylvania is always having special elections, you're not wrong. PECO's profits soared. Also, once a tavern, now an Airbnb. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Victoria's Law is a new proposal that would bar pet stores in Pennsylvania from selling animals from large-scale breeders, a.k.a. puppy mills, reports the Pennsylvania Capital Star. So named after a German Shepherd that was rescued from one of these places in Lancaster County after a decade of breeding, supporters think this proposal would increase transparency and heighten standards in the pet trade by encouraging pet retailers to source animals from reputable breeders and shelters, and would ensure a better quality of life for animals, as puppy mills have been criticized for treating them so inhumanely. But those against Victoria's Law say it doesn't do enough to get to the root of the problem. It doesn't increase penalties for unlicensed kettles, for one, meaning it'd have no effect on those already operating outside the law. Some believe that strengthening and enforcing the state's dog law could be just as effective. Pennsylvania has been ranked among the states with the most dog breeders and sellers for years. Victoria's Law remains in the state house. If you feel like Pennsylvania's always hosting elections, you're actually not wrong, reports the Pennsylvania Capital Star. Data from nonpartisan online encyclopedia Ballotpedia shows that the state has held 47 special elections since 2017, including the ones that were held on Tuesday. That's more than any other state over the same period. There's no clear reason why Pennsylvania has so many of these, but people have pointed to the state's gigantic full-time legislature as a possibility. What is clear is how much these elections are costing taxpayers. While 23 of those 47 fell on primary or general election days, which the state doesn't pay for or which weren't submitted for reimbursement, another 22 have cost the state more than $4.4 million. How much of this is covered by the state is unclear. And these elections can be burdensome. The same rigmarole that happens during regular elections, testing machines, printing poll books, all that, still needs to happen, even though they tend to draw fewer voters. No substantial solution to this issue has been provided at this time. You might remember that PECO raised its gas and electricity rates last year. States why? Who could forget? And according to parent company Exelon, PECO's net income increased by nearly 50% last year in comparison to 2024, amounting to $814 million total. PECO argues that hikes help fix aging infrastructure, which ultimately helps customers. Critics say investor-owned utilities are essentially just monopolies, profiting at the ratepayers' expense. Said executive director of the Clean Air Council, Alex Baumstein, quote, "These earnings that they're delivering to shareholders is money that is coming from all of us." There's a house in Upper Allen Township, well known to locals, that's been standing there since 1790, says PennLive. It's worn many hats over the years. General store, post office, a gas station, but it was originally built as a tavern. Now it wears the hat Airbnb. The current owners operate the historic home as a spot to rent out. Think it's haunted? Another day, another episode. For more news, visit PennLive.com, and please remember to leave this podcast a rating of any star amount you choose, and a review too, if you should feel so inclined. Thanks in advance, and of course, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you've almost made it to Friday's episode of Today in PA.